Hello. Hello, hello, beautiful beings, phenomenal entrepreneurs. This is Adelle King of Adelle King Business Coaching, coming to you live. For the first time, streaming live to YouTube. I had me playing in the background automatically, which is not super useful. Thank you for your patience as I'm trying out new technology strategies. Anyway, this is my first video blog. I have been doing written blogs for the last 3 months, and it felt like it was time to add in some video. And this week's topic is money, money, money. So one of the things that I am really big on is tuning in to my intuition and my guidance to bring to you what is most relevant, what I'm called to speak on or write on in any given moment. And when I went to look at what do I write for this week after 3 months of blogging consistently, money was the topic that came through, and I had some writer's block. I didn't know what to write about. I was like, yeah, money, but what about it? And so I started writing, and I wrote down a bunch of money isms that came to mind. So money makes the world go round, and money doesn't grow on trees, and money is the root of all evil, which is not the full quote. And money is no objects and positive ones. Money talks, bullshit walks. Show me the money. You're so money and you don't even know it. So that was about as far as I got in writing a blog for this week about money. And then I just, like I said, couldn't think of what to say. What do people require to hear? And then today I was preparing the training portion for my badass business boss mastermind and group coaching program. And we're talking about creating your offer for your clients and how to put that together and make it super awesome and enticing. And in doing that, I created a worksheet, which I've used for myself, which I've shared with one-on-one clients in the past, and I revamped it. I reworked it for my mastermind program for my badass bosses, and I got really inspired. And so I thought, okay, great. This is what I would love to talk with you guys about. So the purpose of this worksheet is to get clarity on your financial goals and then work backwards to break it down. And I'm sure you've all heard this before, with the analogy of if you're trying to get somewhere, and if you don't know where you're trying to get, then really any path will do. But if you do know that you're trying to get to a certain destination and you don't have a map, you don't have instructions, directions on how to get from where you are to where you want to go, it's going to be really hard. You may end up there, but it's going to be pretty hard, and it will probably take you a lot of time. But if you do have a map, if you do have step-by-step directions, it makes it much easier to get where you want to go to your final destination, your ultimate target. And having that step-by-step guide, that map is going to save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, and give you a lot more clarity. And so that was what this is created to do. And when you break it down, it also like it takes a lot of the overwhelm out of it, because it makes it a very, very clear, but also like bite-sized pieces, right? Then you're not trying to swallow. How do you eat an elephant, right? You're not trying to swallow the whole thing, the whole sandwich in one bite. But you know exactly what to focus on in a bite-size quantity. So I got really excited about this worksheet that I created, about this training that I'm doing inside of my program this week. And so I just wanted to reach out to you guys and ask you, do you know what your financial goal is for your business, for your life, for your annual income, for your monthly income. Have you looked at that? Have you set a target? And if you haven't, which I have to tell you, I get on a lot of calls with prospective clients, and I ask them about this in getting to know them and getting a sense of where they are headed and if it would be a good fit for us to work together. And it's really frequent that I ask that question and people respond with like, oh, wow, that's a really great question. I hadn't thought about that. And they don't have that. So they don't even know where they're headed, right? Like in the map analogy, it's like, are you going to Florida? Are you going to California? Are you going to Montana? Are you going to Yosemite or Texas? Like, where are you headed? What is your target? So starting with that and then breaking it down, once you know that, what does that look like each month, each week, each quarter? And what do you have to do to hit that target and to stay on track, right? What are the step-by-step directions to get you to your destination? So I just wanted to reach out and talk with you about that and see, maybe what are some of the beliefs that you have about money. Maybe you have a target and you don't feel like you can actually hit it, or you have a target, but it's a target that feels really safe and it's not super inspiring. It's not enough to get you up and out of bed and motivated to do the things that are required to do. Maybe you grew up with some of those isms that aren't really supportive of you reaching your financial targets, or have instilled fear or lack in your subconscious or conscious mind that may be holding you back. That's another thing I see with a lot of clients, is where they're undercharging. So they may have this financial target or even a lifestyle target that requires them to hit certain financial targets, and yet they maybe don't feel like they're worth that money, or they can charge that amount that would make it viable for them to live the lifestyle in the way that they'd like to. So really just looking at what are your beliefs about money and challenging them. Is that true? Or is that something that you learned at a young age that no longer applies? And what belief can you replace that with? So popping in, let me know in the comments below, what are some of those money isms, money beliefs that you have that maybe aren't supporting you, or maybe you have some good ones, and I'd love to hear about those as well. If you have a money target and maybe you haven't shared it with anybody and you'd like to share it, I would love to know what your money target is and support you in that. And if you have questions about how to do all of this, if you're like, this all sounds great, it sounds like a good idea, but I couldn't even imagine of where to begin doing this on my own, and you would like to see if working together would be a great idea, please reach out. I will put a link in the description on how you can set up a one-on-one meeting with me, and we can discuss how we could work together if it's a good fit, so we can get you on track on the road to hitting your financial targets. If you have any questions, anything that this might have brought up, I'd love to hear about it in the comments, or in a one-on-one conversation, or I will pop also my email in the description as well. Sending you lots and lots of love and money, and wishing you all well. And I will be back with another vlog soon. Thank you.